Hello, my name's Jen Loki. It is November 3rd. We're going to dissect a kidney. I have COVID, so it's not fun. All right. So I just have on the back of my name sheet my list of things I need to name. Okay, so the renal cortex is this outer layer between the renal capsule on the outside and the renal medulla, this darker layer here. So this is the renal cortex. It's this layer. The renal medulla is the layer below it. Like I said, the darker colored layer that has the renal pyramids in it. So the renal medulla here, cortex here, medulla here. The renal columns are between each renal pyramid. So, for instance, these sort of fibrous strands between the renal pyramids. Those are the renal columns. The renal sinus was actually kind of hard to find. I thought it's just like really dense tissue, so it's hard to find a space. But I did find, if I kind of bent back the kidney, there were just sort of natural spaces in and around the calyces of the renal pelvis. So especially like here toward where the ureter begins, there's some just spaces there. So that is the renal sinus. The hilum is the portion of the kidney where the renal artery, vein, nerves, and the ureter is coming out, taking stuff out. But anyway, where all of those tubes come in. So this would be the renal, or the hilum, I guess. It's just called the hilum. It's this region. Sorry, this region here, which I kind of cut off a little bit because I was trying to figure out which thing goes to where and trying to find the sinus. Okay, so that is the hilum. Okay, minor calyces, I think that's how you pronounce it, are sort of the smaller branches, the smaller, further out, like more superficial branches with a smaller diameter of the renal pelvis. So calyces, minor calyces would be, maybe it's easier on this thicker half, would be like these, and they are sort of whitish in color, part of the renal pelvis, or at least continuous with it. And then the major calyces are a bit further in, so a bit deeper, a bit closer to the renal pelvis kind of complex. So here are some major calyces. The renal pelvis itself is this whole complex made up of those minor and major calyces leading to the ureter. It's easier to see. So here is the renal pelvis. And then it carries on out through through the ureter. So the superior portion of the ureter, and that's kind of why I butchered this really badly, is because I was trying to figure out which of these tubes is the ureter and which are potentially blood vessels, but I don't actually see any blood vessels. So I'm going to assume then that within this this portion of an adipose tissue kind of is obscuring it too, but is the superior portion of the ureter right here, that then leads to takes urine to the urinary bladder. I think that's it. Okay, kidneys, yay. COVID, woo!